I think one of the fascinations here is you've got the two best ball-winning sets of forwards, and that's really where it's all going to be decided.
Referee there, Nick Cousins, telling them to break away and insisting that they try and keep it straight. Andy Leslie, the great New Zealand captain and coach of the Wellington side, was saying that he wished that all scrimmages could just stay straight and just be used as a very quick starting point. Playing the man too early, penalty. That little fella Mike Friday for Wasps has been a real bumblebee this afternoon. Very quick, very alert, very sharp in everything. Nick Knowles, the scrum half, taking it. Pass feeding out. This is Thornycroft, this big, strong, powerful wing. You notice how trying to make space for him to accelerate in, but playing the ball off the floor. Law says that when you're tackled you must play the ball immediately. Adrian Thompson, now this is the laddie, and there's the interception by Seifert, and there he's gone. Seifert, the 6 feet 4 inch forward. Lovely for him, his fourth try of the afternoon. So useful at the line out as well, but a very good handler, and well, it's all square.
It's a nightmare,
watch here,
isn't it?
Thompson has been really the great playmaker for the afternoon, and the pass actually looked a good one, but Seifert made it a bad one.
It's that nightmare situation, really, Bill, isn't it? Where you try and draw the man, and the man might take the gamble, as John Steele puts the conversion over to give Northampton the lead. You take the gamble, you can expose yourself horribly in defence if the gamble doesn't come off, but if it does, you're a hero, and it was great anticipation.
They're halfway through the first half here. 7 points to 5, Northampton lead. Seifert again, notice the big jump, and yes, and quite right, the man was taken out when he was in the air. That Seifert was taken out, and that now is a penalty. Bachmann changing the tactic, the long kick. Away back goes Lawrence Scrace. Nice fall, good pick-up as he got the pace to go, but he was hounded there by Bachmann, who's pretty quick himself. Now those lads are offside, they're in front, and they've got to wait there, and that was a good bit of work by Delalio for the Wasp, and here he is bursting out there. Lovely to Friday. Friday is scuttling away, a tackle by Bachmann. Steele kicks on. It hit his own man accidentally, and so it'll be the scrummage. And so we're obviously going to stay with this match, the final of Middlesex 7, so that the 100 great sporting moments will be shown at a later date. Hope you don't mind about that. This very exciting final with Northampton leading 7 points to 5. Adrian Thompson trying to work it out, gives it to Scrace. Now here's Scrace going. He's going to be chased by Pass. Scrace away, caught there by Thornycroft. The pick-up by Pass. And again, the scrum half in it. Knowles bustling away, rattling up the east-hand side. Can he make it? Thompson going across, but that's a super try for the little scrum half. A great counter-attack try. The Northampton support are ecstatic about that one.
Wonderful play, and men in strength, men in support, and then tremendous running by Nick Knowles, not for the first time this afternoon. But one obviously has to think back to that tremendous all-enveloping tackle from Harvey Thornycroft, which left his man in isolation, and away he went. Great backing up, and that's really what Sevens is about, the support, having an extra man there to the ball, and this is the end result. Tremendous running.
The scorer, Nick Knowles. The conversion attempt by John Steele, who's over 1,000 points in 100 games for Northampton in 15 asides. Steele then trying to pull it round. A great roar from the crowd down at the south end there. That was a lovely kick by him. And Northampton are going well, leading 14 points to 5. They've played about 7.5 minutes of the first half. 2.5 minutes to go to the break. Hopley insisting on the forwards being onside. Seifert takes it again. What a useful fella this big lock forward has been in so many phases, and it's so vital, Nigel, isn't it, that you deal with restart kicks in that way
and turn defensive situations into counter-attacks. I mean, that's absolutely superb play, and what a part Seifert and Pask have played here with a key influence on the whole game.
Wasp Mike Friday has been hurt down there, being tended to by another of those lovely young ladies, the physio for 4 years, Karen Sibilla. And if anything's liable to inspire a player to get back into the game, it's surely that fact. So Mike Friday bid for London Division Colts, and also for a trial with England Colts, a 21-year-old still, and in a very young Wasp side, with Adrian Thompson here as the one general, feeding on very well to Volley, who scored the vital try in the semi-final, but Thornycroft on the pickup, caught by Scrace, feeds it on, and that's going to be a lovely try for Mike Orr, the big forward. And I tell you, Northampton are running away with this.
The gambles aren't coming off, are they? Here was sort of a bit of a wild pass which turned into a nightmare. Lovely pickup here. I mean, that's good skills. The strength again of Thornycroft. That's the second time he's had a key influence to make it available. And of course, the support. Mike Ord was there. The forwards are doing it again.
Yes, Mike Ord, the big flanker, who's played for Northampton under 21, just a youngster. And his try. John Steele the chance to stretch his number of conversions to 11 for the afternoon, and it was just good support work. Thornycroft holding the ball up well, staying on his feet in the tackle and giving the scoring pass. 21 points to 5. They've played almost the 10 minutes of this first half. Pelagio there making the catch. He's been a real find in sevens this season, winning England 7 at the World Sevens, and today has played a big part in this Wasp success, but they're really up against it now. And see the very quick put in there by Knowles. He doesn't waste any time, however. It comes out to Volley on halfway, on there to Buster White. Seifert wins it back to Thornycroft. That was a lovely bit of play by the big lad. Knowles, the scrum half going on. Referee's whistle goes for half time. Very good tackle there by Adrian Thompson, which was so important for Wasp, but they're struggling. 21-5 down. And Nigel, I just wonder how much they've taken out of themselves in these two heavy ties against Wellington and Western Samoa.
I think to a certain extent that has a very significant part. The fact that it went to extra time as it did in the previous round for Wasps, I think is very debilitating. The one thing that Northampton are doing is being able to not only win possession, but they're keeping it well. Wasps find themselves, I think, under the greater pressure and are having to move it rather more recklessly in desperation now as they're 21-5 behind. And I think that's the difference. And when you're reckless, well, you're going to make those mistakes, and they're not stringing the passes together. They're not retaining the possession even when they've won it.
The stewards have dealt with an intruder, as you would hear, much to the pleasure and enjoyment of the crowd, and we're all set for the second 10 minutes of this final. 21 points to 5, Northampton lead. They've built up a very good record. They've scored 14 tries already in their 4 ties. The Wasps have had 14 as well, but only 1 in this half. So a lot of the crowd's attention diverted by the goings-on with the stewards, but they've succeeded, and we're all set to go. John Steele gets the second half going. Galalio nicely back. Friday. Galalio again. Volley on the charge. Pass didn't go to Thompson, it goes instead to Hopley. Playing the ball on the floor, not allowing it to be released, and going over as well. Penalty to Northampton, which is the last thing Wasps wanted, and certainly the thing Northampton wanted. Referee Nick Cousins shouting to Wasps to get 10 metres back. Packman took the tap and is almost up to the Wasps 22. Get onto your feet before you play the ball, says the referee.
Very effective the way that Northampton have adopted what was not England's style of play in sevens, but they've adopted the Southern Hemisphere's successful style of committing the man to take out two defenders and then set it up again, and in desperation again Wasps piling in, going in on the deck after the tackle and being penalised. It's working well. Long gone are those days when you just kept a line and retreated or came forward. Now you go in and drive, try and take two out, win it back, and as then cause the infringement in the desperate defenders.
The booing you heard was simply for the fact that Northampton have decided to take a penalty kick at goal. The crowd would like to have seen them move the ball by hand, but John Steele, if he kicks it, will say, well, there's another 3 on the board, and indeed it is. The first penalty goal of the afternoon, and it stretches the Northampton lead to 24 points to 5. They've played just a minute and 3/4 of the second half, and it looks as if Northampton are going to be the 8th guest side to win here at Middlesex in 68 tournaments. Another thing about Northampton that struck me, Nigel, is they've kept it very simple, haven't they?
Very simple, very well drilled. I think Knowles and Steele have been a revelation. They've not been too ambitious.
Seifert won that ball at the line out, and there's the big hoof downfield. Mike Friday is the lad who covers. The scrum halves get all the jobs of covering back there. Thompson was badly near the score as Scrace goes, feeding on to Volley. Volley who came into the side late but has had a very good tournament. Thompson again, nicely out to Friday. There's a chance for Delalio, and the crowd love when this big fella goes. Delalio chased across there by pass, throws off one man, throws off another. He's looking for the linking bit now. He's run miles and he's given it outside there nicely to Hopley. Hopley going. A brilliant try. That really was magic all the way. A super score. And all made by this big 20-year-old Delalio and scored by Dr. Hopley.
Well, tremendous to watch. I mean, here he is, way out left, realises he hasn't got the legs to go right round the outside, disposes of the 3 defenders, and from then on it's always on. But was someone going to pick him up? Was he going to run out of his own side? But a beautifully timed pass, Hopley's little show. Oh, that was wonderful, and just keeps a light open at the end of the tunnel for the Wasps.
A long tunnel, as you say, Nigel, but still a chance. 24 points to 10. They've got another 6.5 minutes to go. And Hopley with 5 tries now, 8 conversions in the afternoon. The busy day of it. Trying to pull it round. It looks as if it might be perfect. It is. What a conversion. The crowd are loving it. They really are rising to Wasp, because this fella Delalio, of course, brings the crowd to his feet every time he gets the ball. He did so in the World Sevens, and he's doing it today, brushing people aside like flies. And look at the lovely timing of the pass. He gave Hopley the space, and Hopley used it. John Steele again with the restart. Knocked back by Mike White. Friday. Delalio. White again. He's a big, strong fella. Here he goes once more. Booms. Let's hope that Nick Knowles will be all right after that. Delalio trying to get purchase. He was trying to purchase to get a long pass in. Couldn't do it. Volley and Thompson. Packman in with a tackle. So important. The quick, aggressive tackling of the Northampton side. Get on your feet and get back onside, the referee says, taken there by pass. John Steele slowing things down, giving them time. Knowles doubles back. Back there goes his opposite number, Mike Friday. Now he can't scuttle along this little fella. Here he goes, look, this is the kind of thing I was talking about. Wouldn't run into Packman, though. Hopley out to Scrace. Scrace can motor as well. Scrace is away, he's trying to go outside Steele. Scrace check. This is wonderful stuff from Wasps. What a fight back as Volley gives it on to White going still. Tackled by Thornycroft from behind. Wasps needed, and Delalio was going to get it, but Northampton were interfering on the floor. They're halfway through the second half. It's 24 points to 12 for Northampton. Delalio once again thundering forward. But so important there for Mike Orr to win it for Northampton. Too many bodies on the floor, and Northampton get the put in, and well, that's one of the laws that there's been so much chat about this season. Taking the ball forward, being stopped and losing the put in. In sevens, so vital, even more so in 15s, because scrum ball is so, well, so valuable. Look at that. Packman has plenty of time to kick for touch. It certainly seems an unfair law in sevens, Nigel.
I find it very upsetting. I mean, that seemed to be totally unreasonable in a way, in the natural justice of things, that Wasps should lose possession then. I felt they hurried the tap penalty a bit there, needed an extra man around, but building it up into a great second half. What a finale.
Delalio to Friday. Friday scuttling away. He's clear. Nobody's going to catch him. The little fellow's done it again. What a gorgeous score that was. The big man, Delalio, at 6'4". The little fellow, Friday, at 5'7", in concert. Great try.
Well, what a performance. And this guy has been a revelation. A 21-year-old who's come on the scene, never really seen in first-class rugby at 15-a-side as yet, but I'm sure we will. And what's fighting spirit, having had that enervating semi-final against Western Samoa, to find these depths of resources, to come back and now put the pressure right back on Northampton.
Indeed they have, and the goal kick in front of the post for Phil Hopley. 24 points to 19, and Wasps have still got a couple of minutes and a bit more. So it's wide open. It was such a lovely run by the little scrum half. You notice how he dummied and he went through there. It was just a keyhole, but it was enough for him. A triumphant dive at the end. Michael Friday, a 21-year-old hero. So the whole of Twickenham's buzzing here at the thought of Wasps maybe coming back from the dead.
And a crucial kick that's immediate possession for Wasps. The last thing Steele would have wanted, having had such a good afternoon with his kicking.
Could be vital, because Volley's doing the hooking for Wasp, and he's got two big fellas alongside him. Look at that, neat and tidy to Thompson to Friday. Out there to Hopley. Hopley going again. Now this is Friday once more. He'll want to switch it to his right-hand side if he can. You can't play the ball when you're on the floor, shouts the referee. Nick Cousins, the ref, has been strict about that, and here they go again. Friday to Thompson. White handed on to Volley, but that was a bit slow motion. Still killing the ball on the floor. It's still a penalty to Wasps. 24-19, 5 points for a try, so they could win it with this last move. This is Delalio going out to Scrace. Scrace trying to go outside Thornycroft. A lovely tackle by the big wing. The kick on there by Thompson. Thompson in control. There could be a chance here, and it's White who's going to score. A marvellous try. Twickenham's on its feet. The Wasps have fought back. Mike White the scorer.
There's a moment there I will long remember, which was Adrian Thompson with the skills born of experience in this game. I never thought Scrace would make it round Thornycroft, but watch what Thompson does here. The nightmare situation. Do I pick it up or do I wait? He waited, he was considered, and he set up the winning try.
24 points to 5. Northampton led just a short while ago. 24-24 the score now. And Philip Hopley with this chance, with just under 30 seconds of the tie to go. Hopley with the conversion. He didn't hit it dead middle, but he got it over. And so Wasps have staged a remarkable rally, and they've won it. Wasps the winners by 26 points to 24. An extraordinary victory by them. And Nigel, what a final that's been.
A classic. I think the event today needed it. Wasps were sensational. My sympathies to Northampton, but You can't deny a comeback like that. It was a brilliant finale to the day.
Well, we may be running a little bit late, but wasn't that worth waiting for? Wasps the worthy winners for the first time since 1985. It'll be party time, I reckon, for quite a few Wasps supporters in the car park now, but for us, it's farewell to the season. Well, almost. The Whitbread Awards ceremony is coming up, and you can see that on BBC Two at 5:30. Who's to be the player of the year, the club of the year? We'll know them. But for now, from all of us at Twickenham, goodbye, see you next season.